for some reason well, I had written down, rather than filling in the blanks in a conversation or in our understanding of something, to just wait. Allow for the space. Don't immediately fill it in. I'm a filler-inner. I mean, I want somebody to tell me what they feel. I'm going to tell them all about how I feel, about what they feel. And, if there's an uncomfortable pause and clearly somebody's sort of at a loss, I'll jump in, and that's not always the kind thing. Sometimes we just need to let the space stand, let the silence stand, kind of honor it somehow. The other thing I wanted to mention was that I had plans to go out to dinner with somebody, and they fell apart. It turned out, despite anyway, we checked about reservations, and there was an indication it was open. So we went, and it wasn't open. We pulled into the parking lot. It's absolutely deserted. The whole town was deserted. Everything was shut, except a place we call Helen's House of Pie, where the only good thing on the menu are the pies. Jammed, the line around the block. Anyway, so we came home. It was me and one friend, and luckily, this person had bought a turkey because it was on sale like 3 weeks before Thanksgiving. 64 cents a pound or something like that, maybe less. And so he was able to get a rather enormous turkey. So he came home and proceeded to finish unthawing it. And we had instant spuds, flakes that you just shake into a thing and add milk. And I even did the directions wrong, and it looked like grout for a stone wall or something, but it was delicious. Phony gravy. It was vegetarian brown gravy. Like, what's the brown? I don't know, but I thought it would be awful. Cranberry sauce out of the jar still has the marks of the can in it. It was so good. It was delicious. It was as yummy as the fanciest Thanksgivings I've ever had, where they're brining things and roasting Brussels sprouts, and you can choose between butternut squash or sweet potato. I mean, this was great, and it was pared down. So, and it ended up being, I felt hugely grateful for all of it, for the fact that we missed the thing in the restaurant, it rained the whole time, and it just was lovely. So I hope yours was lovely too, and it had something to do with allowing for the space, not immediately filling in the blanks. Go home, take a nap, let the turkey thaw out enough, put it in the oven. By the time it's done, it's dark out, and there you are with your friend celebrating. And I had written down insta-giving because it was Thanksgiving without all the prep work and stress. It was just insta-giving. And here I am ready to turn us off. So let's put that down, but get on with it. Allowing for the space, not filling in the blanks. Particularly if it's somebody else's turn to do that. Break out of the custom, like out of the Thanksgiving cut. It's breaking with tradition or something like that. That's it. First card out, Queen of Pentacles. This is kind of glary, and I apologize, but it's a beautiful deck. Traditional Rider-Waite, Queen of Pentacles. the giving, bountiful Mother Earth energy of, you know, this is somebody who has enough to take care of other people without ever depleting her own self-worth or groundedness or, you know, compromising to the point where she doesn't know who she is. He, she, they. This person knows who they are. Their authentic self, their pentacle self. Here I am, you know. And it's not like laying bare every bit of oneself. Like, it's not about filling in the blanks. It's just about showing up. Can you tell us about Queen of Pentacles? A lot. Got a lot to say about end of a cycle, 10 of Wands, laying down a burden, on to the next thing. 2 of Cups. That card of connection and love. Maybe romantic, maybe just a fellow feeling. You know, some kind of reciprocal love where Queen of Pentacles isn't depleted because she's getting something back. It's not really contractual, but it's even and balanced and fair. It's somebody else who's also showing up, Pentacles energy in 3D. Four of Wands. That's sort of like, these are the people. This is the place. It's a card of reunion, of the meeting place, you know, where both people travel equal distance. Pentacles can speak to a direction and to intention, distance. I mean, things are looking very good, and it has to do with the environment that this one has created. It's kind of like an Empress energy. You know, all are welcome who are in this energy. Wow. Devil card. Card of Capricorn, Earth energy, under Queen of Pentacles, Earth energy. That can be a card of, you know, what might block us or hold us back. It can also be a card of tradition. That Capricorn energy of this is how we do it. We've always done it this way. These are the rules. These are the regulations. It's the weight of, it can be like the weight of tradition. And you'll note these 2 down here are chained. These 2 are in some kind of open space. You know, they're free to come and go. It's not like a, you know, there's a great energy of being grounded, but it's not this kind of tethered to the heaviness. I love Capricorn, and I always see it as somebody who's willing to work with the energies that hold us back, with the energies, earth energies that hold us back. And Queen of Pentacles would do that. They're ready to look at shadow because they're about being complete. You know, here I am. I'm an earthly being. And I've created this inclusive home space. Queen of Pentacles can be the energy of the mother, of the life partner, of the one who loves and accepts. But shadow is here, Empress. I don't know if I said it out loud, but very often I see Queen of Pentacles as the minor arcana version of Empress. This is a card of a Taurus and Libra. Libra, this balanced reciprocity. And this kind of open air structure. It's not about hemming anybody in. This is some kind of situation that has perhaps hemmed both parties in. But Queen of Pentacles has worked hard to open the situation up somehow, not only to free herself, but to free the other person. To do it a new way. Divine feminine energy of Empress. It's accepting. One thing Empress would do is accept the shadow energy. That's how they get to be Empress status. By working with shadow. You know, that Taurus energy of it's not about depriving yourself. It's not about eternal sacrifice. It's not about chaining ourselves to tradition. 9 of Wands. Well, I think for this Taurus, perhaps, or Libra, this Empress person, that business of struggling to recognize and free oneself from, what we hadn't been willing to recognize. That's devil energy, shadow energy, what we've consigned to the corner. Oh, that's not me. There's a way in which Empress says, that's all of us. We all have to work with that. If we want to get to our creative core, because Empress is Gaia, it's the creative principle in the world, in the universe. We don't just pop into it. I'm reminded, my sister told me about a Native American story where at the beginning of time, like before things got fucked up, you didn't have to, you could hold your pancake right under the maple tree. It came out pure syrup. The ratio now, when you're trying to boil down the syrup to its essence, boil down the tapped, I can't remember the name for it now, but you tap the tree, you get the kind of raw material, you boil it down, and it becomes syrup. It's no longer the days in Eden, where you could just hold your pancake under the tree, and there it is, accessible immediately. There's something about a ratio of like 60 to 1. That's how hard. Capricorn energy, the hard-working energy of Capricorn, to refine this thing, down to the essential. This is Venus. This is love itself. And there's something about nothing being outside the reach of this principle of love. Even being able to embrace your own shadow self. Doesn't mean embracing other people's shadow. That's their job. Remember the thing about filling in the blanks? Don't rush to fill in other people's blanks. That's their work. You're expansive, you're love. But part of Empress energy is to stay grounded. You don't chase people around and try to fix them. And I think whoever was stuck, they had a real hell of a time working their way out of it. 9 of Wands, wounded warrior. It was no joke. In order to begin to travel toward this place of union and reunion. Mercury retrograde, like, implies the reunion, coming back together with somebody, not necessarily a romantic partner, but anybody that you're linked to, in you're connected with, it's that important to you. You might have to really, like, dance with the devil, or struggle with your own shadow energy, and it's exhausting. But there's a message here, I think. Don't give up. There's something in this struggle that's healing the wounded warrior energy. And again, this can be trying it the same way again and again. That's sort of the Saturn energy of Capricorn. By the rules. Once more, by the rules. And I think somebody, because 9 speaks to the individual, somebody got really tired of that. They had to somehow step outside the box. And it seems like what's outside the box is everything. Is life itself. Devil is constraint. It may be safe, but it's, even though it's earth energy, it's really not about living. It's about, sort of thinking that there's something you can't live without. Like a relationship that may be kind of toxic, but you can't let it go. Or some way of thinking about yourself, identifying yourself, that may be not right for you anymore because you've grown into yourself. You could be a Capricorn. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, or a Taurus, or a Libra, or whatever. And on Devil, we have 10 of Wands. I'm sorry for the shine. I hope it's not as shiny as it is to me. This shows somebody laying down the burden, concluding that cycle. Coming to the end of, like, somebody's come to the end of some kind of gauntlet. They've done the fire walk. It was not easy. It was exhausting, and it hurt. And this person has a bandaged head. They persevered at some cost, but what they freed themselves from is this archetypal constraint. The old story that says we have to do it this way, and somebody's saying, I'm taking that out with the trash. It may have served me at one point, but it doesn't serve me now because this is the direction I'm heading. Devil is an isolating energy because it holds you back. It holds you back from life. Somebody's closing out that cycle by their own effort, one's energy. Okay, on 9 of Wands, Knight of Cups. Love on the move. This person might be coming into divine feminine. That means the receptive energy in all of us, that creative birthright. It's our birthright. I'm not sure who the Knight of Cups is, but it's somebody with whom you can establish this kind of connection, where you both show up, where you both have done your shadow work individually. you know, the 9, the individual card. You both have the scars to show it, because it was a battle, an internal battle, a battle in the psyche. Maybe a battle to believe that you deserve this kind of connection, that you're worthy of this kind of connection. And if somebody else that you're dealing with doesn't think they're worthy, you can't fill in the gaps for them. You can be your authentic self, you know, and kind of meet them halfway. But you can't, you know, jump into their skin and do it for them. That, you know, there's a certain battle they have to fight for themselves. They have to close out this cycle. And then maybe they're open to receive love, Knight of Cups. Is that, okay. On Queen of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles. That's a card of balance, of choice. 2 speak to choice. But it's kind of doubling down on the fact that this is a balanced relationship of give and take, of give and take. It's not, I mean, listen, if it's unhealthy in that somebody sort of sucks up all the energy, they're stuck, they want you to be stuck, they want you to do the work or something like that. Not healthy. I can't do all the heavy lifting. You know, it came at too high a cost. 9 of Wands. There's a choice involved here. And I think the Queen of Pentacles person, who might be a Capricorn, might be a Taurus, there's a lot of earth energy going on here, but also that Libra energy of balance. Queen of Pentacles is offering somebody the choice. You know, if you've changed because of your own volition, because it mattered to you in your own life to make this dance of change, the give and the take, the on and the off, if you've done that, then we have a kind of common ground, earth energy, like we both can step into this if we're both real. Queen of Pentacles. And on 4 of Wands, Page of Cups. That's a very sweet, both parties are making that offer. It's new, it's sweet, it's not really innocent, but it's certainly not this. You know, that heavy weight of tradition, that's being set aside, 10 of Wands, in favor of love on the move. And I think whoever is coming in with the offer will be met at, kind of at the door. It's a greeting. It's, you know, I'm here, you're here. What do you know? I think this comes as a surprise. On Empress, it may come as a surprise because somebody was left waiting. There was a great thing I heard, I think it was Eckhart Tolle, Now it's gone right out of my head what the pearl of wisdom was. It's something about not filling in the gaps again, because this is a card of like feeling like you've missed the boat, feeling like there was an expectation for this Three of Cups reunion, but somehow there was some kind of missing ingredient. Somebody didn't join the party, and I'm trying to reach for that bit of wisdom that he's great. If you haven't listened to him, he's very gentle, quiet. He speaks so quietly you can barely hear what he's saying. And he laughs a lot, like he's just a hoot. This is kind of the promise that, love never leaves us. It feels like it does, Cups energy. But this principle of love, of belonging, of Gaia, of creativity, and of being one of the divine's creations. And it's at the point too where the divine, the creator and the creation collapse into one thing. There's no longer that sort of division between who I am and what the energy of the universe is. That was the old way, the traditional way, and that burden is somehow is being set down, I do believe. It's a good choice. The change is very positive. It leads to connection, but there's something about in that business of not filling in the gaps. Something about having to make the effort to step over an apparent gap in order to meet somebody halfway. Yeah, Fool. I mean, again and again, this fellow appears. This energy of the beginning, of the risk taker, of the person who steps into their own life, not knowing what's going to happen, not even really knowing how to do it, Wands energy, except by doing it. It's sort of like, we love while we're learning to love. It's not like we come with the instruction manual. We have to take the risk and try. Wands energy, and part of the trying will be, knowing what doesn't get us there. What keeps us stuck. I keep getting taking that out with the trash. Cleaning up the energies, or the mistakes made, or how long it's been, how hard it's been. Somebody's setting themselves free of that to begin again. If there'd been a bad choice in the past, perhaps, understanding that that too can change, that, nothing's set in stone here. There's always this opportunity to begin again. I suppose there are some things that can't be retracted, or, words that you say that you can't pull back. You may have felt like you left somebody They felt like you pulled back your love. Well, if that's the case, they're recuperating. They're doing it for themselves. They have to be willing to risk this kind of connection too. And they may have been super stuck, in some kind of toxicity, linked to something they thought they couldn't live without, earth energy. And then they discovered this well of creativity and life within them. They discovered their own, they were no longer maybe relying on divine feminine to do the peddling, to do the work of change. Divine feminine wasn't stepping in. See the way this one is stepping? Was not stepping into their life to fix anything. This is almost like know yourself. Begin the journey toward wholeness. And it may well involve the vulnerability, the risk of connection. How can we be whole if we have lost the ability to connect? If we're too scared, if we're too stuck? Well, be done with that. There's nothing lost, fundamentally, if we lay down that kind of burden. We won't disappear. This person won't disappear if they let go of this toxic, whatever they thought they couldn't live without. Maybe it was a connection they thought they couldn't live without. But they are, it's discovering you are that love. It's in me, it's me. I'm open to that. I'm down to clown. Let's begin the journey. I think toward this kind of union. And it may start off very small, quite tentative. But it's meeting somebody, meeting up with somebody, this reunion energy, greeting them at the door. Like, welcome home, basically. Where have you been all my life? That kind of thing. Stepping into life. And to step into life, this dance of change involves somehow stepping right off the edge. Out of the box, out of the death grip of whatever it is that's held us away from life. We thought we couldn't live without it. But in truth, in order to live, because devil is a place of no change. It's like, I'll stay here, I'm heavy, this is how we've always done it. And step into life and keep stepping in. Keep, keep stepping in. Keep entering this Four of Wands portal, and you've got to clear the way. Somebody really has to do that for themselves. 10 of Wands, 9 of Wands. Is that it? Okay. I love that one. It's not quite it. This is a card of judgment, of the second chance. Heaven itself kind of opens the door. Opens the door for this reunion, for this second chance, for this refresh. The chance to do it in the new way, Page of Cups. It's not a total rejection of the old way, because this is sort of like the lessons we've learned from whatever this unpleasant shadow energy was. Some part of ourself we didn't want to see, or that this person didn't want to see. I mean, do we all have shadow? You bet. But there's always the possibility of connection. You know, partly because we've all dealt with that. Whatever holds us back, and nobody can escape that. Always a battle to free ourselves for new life. See these guys coming out of the coffin? New life. The universe is calling us to new life. Insta-giving. It's sort of like we give to each other and the universe gives back to us. It's some kind of, it's like the law of the land, the law of nature, the law of, it's not the old way. Not the old rules and regs. It's new. You know, the celestial alarm clock. Boop, and that kind of marks the beginning of the, you know, it's ready, set, go. Step into connection. You know, celestial alarm clock sounds the honk when and it's time to begin on the journey toward wholeness. And you better believe the journey toward wholeness will involve shadow work. Like stepping in and out of everything life holds. And then sort of doing the winnowing, you know, figuring out what you don't need anymore. I think I'm saying it again and again. So, honk, we're being called to live again. We're going to get free and we're going to live again. Life itself steps in. Empress energy cares for us all. The mother of us all. The mother. No orphans in this scenario. I'll see you guys next time. I love you.